The Chicago Sky. Once a proud franchise, now reduced to memes, meltdowns, and missed opportunities. A 3-9 record, turnovers piling like bricks. And a coach who benched his entire starting lineup not to win the game, but to stop the bleeding. At the heart of the disaster, rookie Angel Reese, a name that once symbolized grit and promise, now sparking questions about readiness, reality, and reputation. Today, we dive into one of the most embarrassing spirals in WNBA history, the collapse of the Chicago Sky. This isn't just a bad season, it's a masterclass in dysfunction. To truly understand the magnitude of the Chicago Sky's collapse, we have to rewind. This isn't a team unfamiliar with success. In 2021, the Sky lifted the WNBA championship trophy behind stars like Candace Parker and Courtney Vandersloot. The franchise had identity, leadership, and firepower. Fast forward to 2025 and, what do we have? A broken locker room, a first-year coach in crisis mode, and a 3-9 record that screams disaster. This isn't just a slump. It's one of the worst starts in franchise history. And it's not bad luck, it's bad basketball. Let's talk coaching. Tyler Marsh came in with pedigree, a respected assistant, a former Las Vegas Aces tactician. Expectations were high. But it didn't take long for the cracks to show. In the Sky's latest blowout loss to Phoenix, Marsh benched his entire starting five mid-game. Not because of injury, not for rest, but because they simply weren't competing. He benched them to protect them from further embarrassment. But what does that say about belief? About trust? About leadership? The move screamed desperation, and it sent a clear message to fans, players, and the league. This coach has lost the locker room. Now to the name on everyone's lips, Angel Reese, the Bayou Barbie. Social media queen, NCAA champion, rookie phenom, or at least, that was the plan. But against Phoenix, she posted what analysts now mockingly call a triple single: 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, her plus-minus, a brutal -25. This wasn't just a bad game. It was emblematic of a bigger issue: Reese's chaotic transition to the WNBA. Yes, she brings energy. Yes, she hustles. But energy without efficiency is a liability. And Reese's inability to defend, pass under pressure, or finish consistently around the rim is starting to show. Critics have been harsh, but not unfair. Angel Reese isn't adjusting, she's struggling, and the more minutes she gets, the more exposed she becomes. Let's look at one number that defines Chicago's crisis: 18.9. That's their average turnovers per game. Dead last in the league. Worse than expansion teams. Worse than rebuilding rosters. Every other possession, they're handing the ball to the opponent, and turnovers aren't just lost chances, they're momentum killers, morale killers, game killers. There's no offensive rhythm, no chemistry. The Sky don't run an offense, they survive one. Angel Reese, Dana Evans, even veteran Chennedy Carterall have been turnover machines. And Marsh's system, lack thereof, has failed to establish discipline or structure. If their offense is sloppy, their defense is invisible. The Sky currently rank near the bottom in defensive rating at 113.6. They're allowing opponents to score nearly 95 points a game. In fact, they've failed to hold any team under 90. That's not just bad, it's historically bad. Watch the tape. Guards getting beat off the dribble. Bigs out of position. Perimeter rotations, 2 steps too late. Interior defense. Practically a runway. And when your defense looks like a highlight reel for the other team, you've got a problem no amount of energy can fix. The Chicago Sky's roster construction feels less like a blueprint and more like a jigsaw puzzle missing half the pieces. You have a rookie core in Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. You have veterans like Marina Mabrey and Diamond D. Shields. Then you add Chennedy Carter, a gifted scorer, but also a volatile presence. Where's the cohesion? Where's the fit? The Sky don't have an offensive identity. They don't have a defensive anchor, and they clearly lack a go-to leader on the floor who can calm the chaos and take over in crunch time. This isn't a team, it's a group of individual rhythms, hoping to magically click. Spoiler, they won't. One of the most frustrating parts of the Sky's dysfunction is how it's overshadowing Camila Cardoso's potential. The 6 feet 7 inches rookie center has shown flashes: strong rebounding, physical defense, and an interior presence this team desperately needs. But she's not being featured, she's not being empowered, and in a system drowning in turnovers and missed assignments, Cardoso's impact is being minimized. It's not just a coaching issue, it's a culture issue. You have one of the most promising post players in the league, and she's standing in the corner while chaos unfolds around her. Watch the body language. Pay attention to the sidelines. The Chicago Sky aren't just losing games, they're losing faith in one another. We've seen visible frustration. Eye rolls, heated exchanges, players not rotating on defense or helping teammates up. It's subtle but it's real. Reports from team insiders suggest growing friction between younger players and vets, between the bench and the coaching staff, and even among the coaching staff themselves. That's not just bad chemistry. That's a recipe for collapse. Angel Reese has become one of the most talked about players in sports. She's landed endorsement deals. She dominates social media. Her jersey sales are through the roof, but here's the uncomfortable truth. The hype is outpacing the results. In the WNBA, performance matters more than persona. Reese's shooting splits are underwhelming. Her rebounding numbers, though solid, are not elite, and her decision-making has been erratic at best. That doesn't mean she can't be great, but right now, she's not. And her media persona is beginning to feel disconnected from the reality on the court. The league, the fans, even the haters, they all see the same thing. A talented player who isn't there yet, but who talks like she is. Tyler Marsh's decision to bench the starters against Phoenix was more than a tactic, it was a cry for help. And when a coach sends that message mid-game, you know the ship is sinking fast. His post-game comments didn't inspire confidence either. Words like protect the players and reset mentally aren't what fans want to hear. After a 20-point blowout, at some point, strategy becomes survival. And that's exactly what this team is doing right now, surviving each game, hoping the season ends before things get worse. That's not coaching, that's crisis management. So where does this leave the Chicago Sky? The front office faces hard questions. Is Tyler Marsh the right coach? Should they continue building around Angel Reese? Can they salvage this season, or is it time to tank, reset, and rebuild? If nothing changes, the Sky risk becoming the WNBA's cautionary tale, a team that had young talent, national attention, and market momentum and squandered it with poor planning and worse execution. The WNBA is growing, the competition is fierce, and mediocrity will get you left behind. The Chicago Sky's 2025 season is more than a losing record. It's a warning sign, a case study in how fast things fall apart when hype replaces fundamentals, when coaching lacks conviction, and when teams forget that chemistry wins games, not chaos. Angel Reese may still rise. Tyler Marsh may still evolve. But right now, they are both symbols of a team in freefall. The Sky aren't just falling, they're crashing, and the league is watching. Should the Chicago Sky rebuild from scratch? Is Angel Reese overrated, or just adjusting? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for honest WNBA coverage, deep dive analysis, and raw basketball truth. This is more than basketball. This is the battle for identity, accountability, and the future of a franchise.